Hello, my dear students. Welcome to Sankalp Learning Classes. Today, we are going to solve the important questions from the how do organisms reproduce. Okay, so here in this video, we are going to solve the MCQ questions 1 and 2 mark questions. So that will be very helpful for your board exam preparation. Okay, yes, let us start with the first chapter, first question here. Asexual reproduction takes place through the budding in option A, amoeba, option B, yeast, option C, plasmodium, option D, leishmania. Here, asexual reproduction takes place through budding in amoeba. Amoeba reproduce by binary fission, and yeast by budding, and plasmodium by multiple fission, and leishmania, so that is also by binary fission. So here the correct answer is option B, yeast. Yeast reproduces through budding. Option B is the correct answer. Next question. Which of the following is not a part of the female reproductive system in human beings? Option A, ovary. Option B, uterus. Option C, vas deferens. And option D, fallopian tube. Here, which of the following is not a part of the female reproductive system? Here, ovary, yes, that is also part of the female reproductive system, and uterus, that is also part of the female reproductive system, and vas deferens, so that is the part of the male reproductive system. Okay. So vas deferens, that is the part of the male reproductive system, and fallopian tube, that is also part of the female reproductive system. Here, option C is the correct answer. Vas deferens, that is not a part of the male reproductive system. That is not a part of the female reproductive system. Next question. The anther contains option A, sepals, option B, ovules, option C, pistil, option D, pollen grains. Here, the anther, so that contains sepals, no. Ovules, no, ovules are the female part of the female reproductive system, and pollen grains, pistil. Here the correct answer is pollen grains. Anther contain the pollen grains. Option D is the correct answer. Okay. Next question. Biological process that has been shown in the diagram. Option A, production of progenies by fragmentation method. Option B, production of progenies by multiple fission method. Option C, regeneration of tissues by development in specialized cells. Option D, asexual reproduction by vegetative propagation. Here, so this is not a fragmentation, and here multiple fission that we can observe in the plasmodium, and option C, regeneration of tissues by development in specialized cells, that is in planaria. Here option C is the correct answer. Regeneration of tissues by development in specialized cells. Option C is the correct answer. Next question. In humans, the testes are located outside the lower abdomen in the scrotum because A, to protect the testes from mechanical shocks, B, to increase the production of sperms, C. To maintain the secretion of testosterone hormone. Option D. To maintain the temperature required for the sperm production. Here, in humans, the testis located inside the lower located outside the lower abdomen in the scrotum because so to maintain the temperature required for the sperm production. Option D. To maintain the temperature that is required for the sperm production. Option D is the correct answer. Next question. Part of a flower in the plant that develops into fruit is option A, petal, option B, stigma, option C, ovary, option D, style. Here, part of the flower in plant that develops into fruit is here petals that will fall off and stigma also. And here, the correct answer is ovary. Ovary develop into fruit. Option C is the correct answer. Next question. In humans, sexually transmitted viral infection is option A, AIDS, option B, syphilis, option C, tuberculosis, option D, gonorrhea. Here, in humans, sexually transmitted viral infection. So, sexually transmitted viral infection, that is here, syphilis, tuberculosis, gonorrhea, these all are, so they are sexually transmitted diseases. But here, viral infection, option viral infection, that is AIDS. Option A is the correct answer, that is AIDS. Next question. Part of the flower that develops into fruit and part of the seed that develops into roots respectively are here the part of the flower that develops into fruit. So the fruit that is developed by the ovary and the part of the seed that develops into root. So that is the radicle. Option C, ovary and the radicle. The plumule that develops into shoot and the radicle that develops into root. Okay, option C is the correct answer. Next question. The correct sequence found in the process of sexual reproduction in a flower is option A, pollination, option B, fertilization, option A, pollination, fertilization, seed, embryo, B, seed, embryo, fertilization, pollination, C, embryo, seed, pollination, fertilization, D, pollination, fertilization, embryo, seed. Here, the correct sequence found in the process of sexual reproduction in a flower is, so the first step in the sexual reproduction, that is the pollination. The first step is the pollination. And the second step, that is the, here also pollination. And second step is the fertilization. Pollination, fertilization. Then there is a production of embryo, fertilization, embryo and seed. So you can say option D. Pollination, fertilization, embryo and embryo develop into seed. Option D is the correct answer. Next question. The embryo gets nutrition from the mother's blood with the help of a special part called option A, fallopian tube, option B, ovary, option C, uterus, option D, placenta. Here, the embryo gets nutrition from the mother's blood with the help of special part called the fallopian tube, that is the part of the uterus, and ovary that releases the ovum, uterus where the development of embryo takes place. And here the correct answer is placenta. Option D, placenta, that is the correct answer. Next question. The common passage for both sperms and urine in human male reproductive system is the common passage for both sperms and urine. So option A, urethra, option B, ureter, option C, vas deferens, option D, urinary bladder. Here that is the urethra. Here, so these are the ureters that comes from the kidney, and this is the urinary bladder, and this is the urethra. So this is the common passage for both sperms and the urine. Option A is the correct answer. Okay, urethra. The type of reproduction found in Spirogyra is A, budding, B, fragmentation, C, vegetative reproduction, D, spore formation. Here, the type of reproduction found in Spirogyra is, so here budding that takes place mainly in yeast and hydra, and fragmentation that takes place in Spirogyra. Fragmentation that takes place in Spirogyra, and vegetative reproduction that takes place in plants mainly by roots, leaves and stems are used for the reproduction. Spore formation, so that is in the rhizopus. Here the correct answer is option B, fragmentation. Next question. Reproduction is essential for living organisms in order to keep the individual organism alive, fulfill their energy requirement. Option C, maintain growth. D, continue the species generation after generation. Option D is the correct answer. That is, continue the species generation after the generation. Option D is the correct answer. Okay. Next question. In the below figure, parts A, B and C are sequentially. Here in this figure, A, B, C are labeled. Option A, cotyledon, plumule and radicle. B, plumule, radicle and cotyledon. C, plumule, cotyledon and radicle. D, radicle, cotyledon and plumule. Here we can say, so this is the plumule, and B is the cotyledon and C is the radicle. Plumule, cotyledon, radicle. Here plumule, cotyledon, radicle. Option C is the correct answer. Next question. Which of the following disease is transmitted sexually? Option A, Kala Azar. Option B, jaundice. Option C, cholera. Option D, syphilis. Which of the following disease transmitted sexually? Sexually transmitting disease. Kala Azar, that is not transmitted sexually. Jaundice, no. Cholera, it is also not transmitted by sexually. The correct answer is option D, syphilis, that transmit sexually. Option D is the correct answer, syphilis. Next point. Next question. Which of the following is not the function of testes at the puberty? Which of the following is not a function of testes at the puberty? Option A, formation of germ cells. Option B, secretion of testosterone. Here, third one, development of placenta. D, secretion of estrogen. Here, which among the following is not the function of testes at the puberty? That is secretion of estrogen, that is also not the function of testes. So that is found in, and development of the placenta, that is not takes place at the puberty. Here third one and the fourth one, C, third and the fourth one. Okay, development of placenta and secretion of estrogen. Which of the following is a contraceptive? Here, copper T, condom, diaphragm, all of this. Here, which of the following is the contraceptive? Here we can say a copper T, that is also used to control. Contraceptive means which is used to birth control, and condom, that is also used for the birth control, and diaphragm, and all of this. Here the correct option is all of these. Option D is the correct answer. Next question. Which among the following disease is not sexually transmitted? Which among the following disease is not sexually transmitted? Option A, syphilis. Option B, hepatitis. Option C, HIV/AIDS and gonorrhea. Here, syphilis, that is sexually transmitted disease, and HIV/AIDS, that is also sexually transmitted disease. Gonorrhea, also sexually transmitted disease. But here, B, hepatitis, which is not a sexually transmitted disease. Next question. Which of the following options correctly shows the path that sperms take when they are released from the male reproductive system? Here, testes, ureter, urethra, penis. Testes, vas deferens, ureter, penis. Testes, ureter, vas deferens, penis. Testes, vas deferens, urethra, penis. Here, the testes, where the sperms are released, and that moves through the ureter. No, it moves to the vas deferens. This is also wrong one. Vas deferens, then ureter. So it does not move in the ureter. It passes through the urethra, then into the penis. Here the correct option is option D. Testes, vas deferens, urethra, penis. Option D is the correct answer. Next question. Which event will likely occur in the ovaries of females after attaining puberty? Here, option A, fertilization. Option B, synthesis of eggs. Option C, production of eggs. Option D, growth and development of embryo. Here, which event will likely occur in the ovaries of the females after attaining the puberty? So here, production of the eggs. Production of the eggs takes place after attaining the puberty. Next question here. The type of reproduction during the plasmodium is found in the plasmodium. Budding, no, budding, that is found in yeast and hydra. Fragmentation, that is commonly found in spirogyra. Vegetative propagation in plants, the vegetative parts are used for vegetative parts are used to grow into a new organism. And here the correct option is option D. So the type of reproduction found in plasmodium is, that is the multiple fission. Option D is the correct answer. Next question. The flower that can undergo self-pollination among the below given figures of flower is PQR. Three figures are given here. The self-pollination means it should contain both stamens and the stigma. Both male and female reproductive system should be there. Yeah. But here you can't observe the male and female reproductive system. Only female reproductive system is present here. Only here both, this is the female reproductive system and this is the male. Here only male reproductive system. So we can say that in Q, in the figure Q, there is a cell pollination takes place. Option D, Q only. Option D is the correct answer, that is Q only. So these are the some multiple choice questions we have solved till now. Next, we are going to solve the 1 mark questions that is very helpful for you people. Okay. Here, write 2 examples for organisms that reproduce by binary fission. Write 2 examples for the organisms that reproduce by binary fission, that is amoeba and leishmania. They reproduce through binary fission. So what is binary fission? This is the parental organism. And here the nucleus start to divide and it will become 2, and each part is transferred to the new organism, and also division of the cytoplasm takes place. So that is the binary fission. Next question. In males, testes are located outside the abdominal cavity in scrotum. Why? Why the testes are located outside the abdominal cavity of the scrotum? One of the important question. Testes located in the scrotum because sperm formation requires a lower temperature than the body temperature. So the testes are located inside the scrotum because sperm production, it requires a lower temperature than the body temperature. Okay, so that is the reason. Next question. Name any 2 asexual mode of reproduction. Name any 2 asexual mode of reproduction. Asexual mode of reproduction means where there is no formation of gametes takes place. Here, budding, and fragmentation. Budding and fragmentation. Next question. Name the organism which reproduce by budding process. Here, yeast and hydra, hydra and yeast, which reproduce by budding process. What is asexual reproduction? What is asexual reproduction? Here, asexual reproduction is a type of reproduction where there is no formation of gametes takes place. So without fusion of male and female gametes, they produce the new organism, that is the asexual reproduction. Next question. Name the plant which propagate through its leaves. Name the plant which is able to propagate through its leaves, that is the bryophyllum. Bryophyllum leaf propagate through its leaves, where the new plants are developed from the leaves, the part of the leaves, that is the bryophyllum. Next question. Name any two unisexual flowers. What is the meaning of unisexual flowers? Here, unisexual flowers means which contain either male or female reproductive structures. They are called as unisexual flowers. Here, examples, papaya and watermelon. They are called as unisexual flowers. Next one. Give an example for bisexual flower. Bisexual flower means both male and female gametes present in a single flower. So that is called as a bisexual flower. Here, example, hibiscus and mustard. So hibiscus and mustard, these both are the bisexual flower. Next one. What is the function of the prostate gland and the seminal vesicle? What is the function of the prostate gland? So that is present in the male reproductive system, and the seminal vesicle. Here, the prostate and the seminal vesicles add their secretion so that sperms are in a fluid, which makes their transport easier, and this fluid also provides the nutrition. Prostate and the seminal vesicle, so they add their secretion so that the sperms are in a fluid, which makes their transport easier, and this fluid also provides the nutrition. Next question. What is menstrual cycle? What is menstrual cycle? Here, in female body, blood and mucus flows out every month through the vagina, which is termed as menstruation. In female body, blood and mucus flows out every month through the vagina, which is termed as menstruation. Sexual reproduction leads to more variation. Why? Why sexual reproduction leads to more variation? In sexual reproduction, there is a fusion of male and female gametes takes place. So the new organisms that receives the genes from the father as well as mother, so it leads to the more variation than the asexual reproduction. Next question. Mention any two advantages of vegetative propagation. Mention any two advantages of vegetative propagation. So it is very helpful. The plants which are not able to produce the seeds like banana plants. Okay. So the plants which are not able to produce the seeds, so which propagate through the any vegetative part like close, rose. So these are the example. And the new organism that is produced, the new organism produced is, so that is similar to its parents. So there is a less variation in species. Is self-pollination possible in flowers having only stamen? Clarify your answer. Is self-pollination possible in flowers having only stamen? No, self-pollination that is possible when the transfer of the uh, self-pollination possible in flowers having only stamen? No, it requires both stamen and the uh, pistil, that is the female reproductive system. Then only this self-pollination is possible. So next we are discussing the 2-mark questions. Okay. So very important 2-mark questions. Please note down this. Next question. Yes, this is the diagram. So here draw the label diagram of longitudinal section of a flower. Okay. Next question. What are the functions performed by the testes in human beings? Please note down the question. What are the functions performed by the testes in human beings? Here, the male gamete sperms are produced by the gonads, the testes. Testes also produce the hormone called testosterone, which is responsible for secondary sexual characters developing at the time of puberty in males. Testes also produce a hormone called testosterone, which is responsible for the secondary sexual characters developing at the time of puberty in males. Next question. Reaching to the sexual maturation is an essential event with respect to the mammals like humans. Substantiate this statement. Here, after reaching the maturation, only, they are able to form the gametes, male and female gametes. So the sexual maturation is very essential event with respect to the mammals like humans. Okay, so that is the answer. Next question. What is pollination? What are the changes that occur in the flower after pollination? So this is also 2-mark question. What is pollination? What are the changes occur in flower after pollination? Here, transfer of pollens from stamen to the stigma is called pollination. Ovules develops tough coat and become seed. The changes that occur in the ovule is the ovary grows rapidly and ripens to form the fruit. Petals, sepals, stamens and style and stigma shrivel and fall off. And seed contains the embryo which develops into seedling under the suitable condition. Okay, yes, that is the answer. Name the reproductive parts of the flower and explain its function. Here the reproductive parts of the flower, that is the stamen, that is the male reproductive part. It produces the yellow colored sticky pollen grains. It produces the male germ cells. Pistil, so that is the female reproductive part. It has 3 parts: stigma, style and ovary. Stigma is the terminal part and style is the middle, and ovary, that is the sole and basal part. Okay, so that is the function. Draw the diagram showing the germination of pollen on the stigma and label the part ovary. So this question also asked for 2 marks. Yes, this is the diagram. Very important. Please practice this diagram. Okay. So that is very important for your exam. Yes, dear students, in this video we have solved important 2 mark, 1 mark and the multiple choice question. In the next video, we are going to solve the 3 and 4 mark questions. Thank you.